So I guess if everybody's here, we can call the meeting to order. I'm looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Alan, Tony, Deb, and Amanda. All right. So there's two, well, where's my, my agenda is basically, there's two things we want to talk about. Or actually Amanda will lead our discussion. As always, thank you very much. The quarterly financial statements for 12/31/2025. And then secondly, we'll discuss the appointment of the the auditing firm for the fiscal year 25-26. Okay, so Sharon, anything else?
No, there's nothing else on the agenda for tonight.
Okay. So why don't we go to quarterly financials? I think we all received these in our packets that were sent to us by Jillian. So hopefully people were able to access those. Take a look at them, either download or on your computers. Take it
So
away, Amanda.
hopefully
Oh,
you can
you're
see
gonna
my screen
share.
because I'm going to share them.
Thank
Yep,
you.
that way everyone
Okay.
has them. I'm going to start on page 4, which is
Mhm.
the budget to actual schedule for our revenues. Our revenues are looking fantastic at this point. We're where we should be for our member count assessments. We're going to come in slightly higher on our vocational grant, and our tuition is where we would expect it to be as well. So all things good on the revenue side of things. The next page is expenditures. There are 2 categories that are looking to be over budget this year. The first is extended school year is over budget by $11,000. And then the second, Board of Ed's over. I didn't know about that one. Special education and transportation is the other one that we're going to be over in this year. And again, we don't really have any choice on the special education side of things. It is what it is to take care of the needs of those students. But overall, we're at 49. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think I've already answered my own question. So we don't necessarily contract with any one provider of transportation. Sometimes it's EastCon, sometimes it's the school district themselves that are providing,
Right.
other school districts are providing transportation. Okay.
Yeah. We even have one child, I believe, whose parent drives and we reimburse. So it really is on a case by case basis.
And Amanda, we're over on Board of Ed for some of our CABE packets, our CABE membership and our Prouder report.
Oh, the Prouder report. Yes, that would make sense. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, we're at 49.9.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is good. Sharon has put a freeze on discretionary spending at this point, just to make sure we come in clean at the end of the year and so that we can fund some of the fiscal year 27 budget requests in the current year. But overall, we're in a good position.
So I don't know if anybody, Alan, I don't know if you want an explanation for this being newer to the group, but the health insurance fund, which is really for the town of Mansfield Board of Ed and Region 19, we do have a larger fund balance, even though we have used money out of that account for claims. I think it's, what is it? The fund balance has to be at least 2.1 million and we're still at, where is the number? 3,821,108. So we're still in good shape there.
Yep.
Okay.
The next page is other operating. Ignore the special ed number because I did transfer the debt service money at the end of the quarter. But this houses special ed. It houses our vocational education grant carryover. It houses our adult education. Again, ignore special ed. The rest of the lines are in line with where I would expect them to be for the year. The next page is debt service. This intergovernmental is the transfer in from the general fund. And so far we've made an interest payment for this year. Our principal payments happen further on in the year. This is the roll forward of our projected debt payments through 2042. You'll note that this is the last year for the athletic renovation payments. So that will fall off after this year and our debt payments will decrease significantly, which will be good. As we're talking about building new schools. This is our cafeteria fund. As of December 31st, we are still operating at a deficit of around 40,000, which leaves the fund in a deficit for the year. We are constantly reviewing costs associated with this. So this is both the region and the Mansfield Board of Education. This should be discussed, that this is all food services across both entities. At the end of the day, we really feel the driving balance behind the deficiency is the fact that the director of food service is also charged to this fund, as is her administrative staff. And it's just not feasible for the fund to support all of the cafeteria workers and the director. And the director is really a position we would have whether we housed this program in-house the way we do, or if we contracted out to a vendor to host the services. So we have been in discussion that at some point we really feel the director of food services position is going to need to be absorbed by both the Mansfield Board of Ed and Region 19's general fund operating budget. That was not included in either budgets for this year, but I do think that next year that's something that we're going to have serious conversations about, because I don't see a way for this fund to change course without doing that. We increased prices for this past year. She is going to look at increasing them again next year. We're working on collecting delinquent account balances, but overall, I think to make this fund really work, we're going to have to take all or a portion of the director out of here. So that will be a challenge for next year for us as we do our budgets for fiscal year 28.
So, quick question.
Go ahead. Oh,
Sorry.
Nick, I didn't see you on my screen up here.
That's
Okay,
all
hi,
right.
Nick.
Hi. Hey. I jumped off the Zoom meeting and I didn't realize it was the same link, so that's my fault. Anyways, my question. Sorry, guys. Is that all of the salaries and benefits, Amanda, or is it just a portion that you would move to general operating?
I think we can evaluate that again. So there's a director and there's 40% of an administrative assistant.
Okay.
And I
So that's
think
2
we
positions?
can look at, it's 1.4 positions. Yeah. So
Cool,
maybe
okay.
it's only a portion that we need to move, but some of the benefits like the health insurance, our director is a family plan. That's $30,000. They're
Ah.
really high cost benefits.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
So by moving her, that could alleviate our deficit.
correct. It would alleviate the deficit, and I think it would help the fund in the future continue to operate with a positive balance. Again, it's just something we'd have to absorb in all of our general
Right.
funds. So
Yeah,
it's a
create a
challenge.
deficit the other way.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's misleading when you have I think a program that's not intended to be profit. It's not intended to be for profit. Yet in order to support those positions, you have to generate profit.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
yeah.
After cafeteria, there are 3 pages of capital projects. I have nothing exciting to share about these. There's no negative balances. Dennis is doing a great job of managing his projects, and we have no concerns over any of these at this point.
I think the only thing that I would want to say about capital, and it doesn't really have anything to do with this report, is that Dennis and Seth and I and with Amanda are going to need to have to sit down very soon. I have an appointment that I got to get on the books for us to sit down and go through the purchase order so that we can put in a request for reimbursement for the grant that's been signed, sealed, and delivered to the state for the security grant.
And actually, I'll need to get that grant on this capital projects list. We'll do that through a capital project adjustment before the end of the fiscal year. Obviously, the next time we do them, though, we'll make sure that that gets included on here so that it's reflected.
Great.
Good. Thank you.
The next page is the health insurance
1, 2, 3.
fund, which Janice had mentioned. We were projecting to use a large amount in our budget. We were projecting to use 500,000. So far this year, we've used 439,000. We do have more high cost claimants than we had hoped for. So this is going to run a little bit high for the year, but as Janice mentioned, to be healthy, we need 2.1, and we are still looking at 3.8 right about now. And then overall for claims from last year, we are up 25.5% from the prior year, which again
Wow.
has to do with those high cost claimants. Last year we had one high
Yeah.
cost person, and this year we already have 3 or 4.
Mhm.
So
And that tracks.
Am-
with some of the-
Amanda, those
Yep.
those charts are just for EO Smith?
no, these are for everybody. Our health,
Oh,
insu-
uh,
our
These are
health
for
insurance is
everybody.
pooled.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Just wanted to. Okay.
Workers' compensation insurance, we've spent a little bit more than we brought in. Some of that's just timing of payments from the general fund, but we still have a fund balance in that fund, so nothing of excitement there. Our STIF account is averaging 4.22% interest, so we are on track to meet that budget for the year. It's still a little bit higher than we would expected, but it is on the decline. I would expect next year for it to go down slightly. And then this is the special ed cost analysis. The top part is what we pay for out of the general fund. The bottom part is the special ed reserve. I did make that debt service transfer before the end of the year. So we do have a positive balance in the special ed reserve at this time, but we are planning to use some again in Sharon's proposed fiscal year 27 budget. And after that, our system generated reports, I would take any additional comments, questions, thoughts about the quarterly.
So I guess again, what percentage are we of the total fund for the health insurance fund? What percentage is EO Smith? Or doesn't it necessarily matter? I mean, I guess in some respects.
So that's calculated once a year. I calculate that annually based on current enrollment.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
obviously there are some fluctuations during the year based on turnover and whatnot, but we look as of
mhm.
November 1st, what's everybody's enrollment? What should everybody be paying based on the plan that they're in? And we calculate it out that way. So it's not a percentage
Okay.
breakout. It's actually
Right,
based on who's
right,
enrolled and if you
right.
have a family plan or a single plan.
So it's not necessarily linked to the actual participant. Like for instance, if I'm an EO Smith employee, you're not tracking me specifically and throwing me into the EO Smith pool. You're just taking a total percentage of the amount or not.
No, I'm tracking each individual person. I go
Okay,
through and I
okay.
see how many people from the region are on a single person plan, a 2-person plan,
Mhm,
a family plan, and we calculate that out
mhm.
per monthly
Okay,
cost for each person.
okay. Got it, good.
Amanda, on that health insurance fund, I know that yes, we have a pretty healthy excess over the required minimum. Has there been any consideration? I think it's been a couple of years since there's been any consideration of reimbursing some of those excess funds back to the.
So rather than reimbursing, what we've been doing is decreasing the budgets for each of the entities. For instance, we should have had a 14.3% increase for this fiscal year 27 budget that's being proposed, and Sharon's percentage is like 4%. By doing that, we're able to lower the costs for both the contributing employers as well as the employees, which I think is important because the balance that's sitting in this fund is both ours and our employees. So if we were to take a straight reimbursement, we're not giving any of that money back to the employees. So I was comfortable this year, again, instead of increasing 14%, Sharon's at like a 3.9, I
Okay.
believe, in her proposal. So we are giving it back. We're just not doing a direct payment, but that way, again, the employees also get a
Mhm.
benefit of having a slightly lower monthly cost.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that. So it's not reimbursement. What is it? Just to
So
rephrase
rather
it.
than increasing EO Smith's contribution 14.9%, we were able
Yep.
to only increase it 3.9 with the assumption that we're going to use some of that fund balance for fiscal year 27 to offset that increase. And by doing that, it lowers the rate for us. It also
Right.
lowers the rate for the employees, and it slowly draws down that fund balance that we have accumulated.
Based on the assumption that you used.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is that something that that staff get to hear about? Like, as you know, I know it's not something that we really break out for them, but you know, realizing that like how that breaks down into a comparison of like if it had been 14%, this is what the increase would have been for the district's contribution. This would have been the employee's contribution increase, say per pay period if you were a single or a family.
So it's not something we have provided, but I can definitely provide that in a summary memo because I think it would be very good for employees to be aware they are receiving a benefit from this fund, having
that'd be
accumulated
helpful.
balances. Yep.
Other questions for Amanda? Okay, so we have a motion to be made. If somebody wants to make that motion, I think
make
you'll
it.
find it. Go ahead, Tony.
I'll make the
Okay.
motion number 1.
Okay. Any second? Okay, Nick will second. Any other further discussion? All in favor? Indicate aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Okay. The only person I can't see is Alan, actually. I guess I have to do my 1, 2, 3. Oh, there. Okay. Now I can't see Nick. Oh, well.
Can you see Greg?
Can you see Greg?
Whoa, I don't like this anymore.
No, I can't see Greg.
I'm here. I'm here, and I voted yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
I got you. I
can't
I
can
see-
raised my hand and everything.
I
So,
can see
Oh, yes.
everything.
Now I can see
Okay.
everybody. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
a
all up in
player
the little corner. I have to just push the arrow. Okay, good. Okay. Right. Okay, so onward to the second item on the agenda, which we want to discuss the appointment of Clifton Larson and Allen LLP as the auditing firm, or want to discuss that, Amanda? I don't,
So we went out to bid for services my first year here. This is year 3 of a 3-year contract. There are 2 optional extensions after that, but this year really is just kind of status quo. They let 3rd year of our bid that we received from CLA. They have been our auditor for a while now. I will say we're getting a new audit partner this year because our partner has resigned, which I always think is good to have a fresh set of eyes looking at things. So I was excited about that. And I will also add that we had excellent service this year. We issued our audits earlier than we've ever issued them before. Region went out in November, and the town was done well before the December deadline. So we were very pleased this year.
Okay, good.
Amanda, we'll be going out to bid again next year, then you're saying?
So we have the option to, or we have 2 more years of optional extensions. So that's definitely something we'll want to talk about next year.
I mean, the only question I have is that, it's generally, I mean, having a new audit partner helps, but generally we've had them for quite a while now with that, and the idea of at least seeing if there's other bids out there, it might make sense before waiting those additions. It's up to you, but I just, general practice is kind of to at least take a look every several years.
I would just warn, when we went out my first year here, we'd gotten a quote from CLA and we said, no, we're going to go out to bid. And they were the only bid, and their bid was
Right.
higher than their quote. So
I
that
know.
was not great, but it's something I would definitely consider for next year.
Yeah, I just think, I remember that they would, and so there's that.
Yeah.
There just wasn't that many, no takers.
And we were
why
behind
is-
in our audits then, so we might have more bites now that we're back up and doing timely auditing. So it
Yeah.
might
Yep.
be worth it.
Yeah. Or is it just because not many audit firms want to do schools?
There aren't a lot of audit firms that specialize in municipalities, and the majority that do are at full capacity.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. I mean, I think that, part of it may be just if it makes sense, we stay with them, but, at least we thought about it,
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions for Amanda? Oh, Nick, go ahead.
I was just gonna make the motion.
Oh, okay. Nick, go ahead.
I'll motion number 2, which is
Okay.
to recommend Clifton Larson as the auditing firm.
I'll second.
Okay, second from Greg. All right. Any other discussion? Okay, good. Everybody, all in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Let's look at it. Okay, geez, I think that's everybody. Okay, good.
I will note that if you guys are interested in having them come out to present the audit results next year, that's definitely something they can do. They do that for my town finance
Hmm.
committee. So if that's something you're interested in actually meeting our new partner and getting feedback directly from her, we could definitely schedule that for one of our finance meetings.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking-
that would make sense. Good. Okay, thank you, Amanda.
Amanda? Are we meeting anytime
right.
soon?
Tomorrow?
I feel like,
Oh, you
I
and
think
Amanda?
it's tomorrow.
are we meeting tomorrow? Yeah.
I think we're meeting tomorrow.
Okay, good.
All right.
I have some things to show you.
Okay.
So if there's no more discussion items from anyone, I guess yeah. And I guess that's something totally, that's personnel. Never mind. I'll keep it. No other items to come to the floor? Okay. So I guess a motion to adjourn? Oh, I don't know.
Nick?
Nick, okay, you saw Nick, okay.
Mhm.
Second? Okay, Alan. All right. Motion passes. Okay, thank you, everyone.